The late afternoon sun was casting long shadows across the quiet suburban street when Sarah and Emily heard it, a faint, whimpery sound, like a tiny plea carried on the gentle breeze. They paused their stroll, exchanging a curious glance. There it was again, a little louder this time. Unmistakably the cry of a puppy. Tucked away in a shallow concrete drainage ditch, a tiny, trembling ball of fur lay huddled. It was a puppy, no older than a few weeks, and a thin leash was wrapped tightly around his neck, digging into his soft skin. The sight was heartbreaking. As they approached, speaking in soft, reassuring tones, the little one flinched, his small body trembling even more. He was scared, and his wide, wary eyes showed a deep distrust. He cried out again, a desolate, heartbreaking sound, as if calling for his mother. But the only reply was the rustle of leaves and the distant hum of traffic. No one came. No one heard him but them. Emily, ever practical, made a quick decision. "I'll be right back," she whispered, already heading towards their car. Sarah remained by the ditch, her voice a gentle murmur, trying to soothe the terrified pup who still refused to budge. A few moments later, Emily returned, carefully carrying a sturdy cardboard box. Working slowly and deliberately, they managed to coax the shivering puppy into the box. They were mindful of his fear and also with a deep sense of responsibility. They were concerned about any potential sickness he might have. They handled him with the utmost care, placing the box gently on the back seat for the short drive home. Once in their garage, the immediate goal was to create a safe, temporary space for the scared little creature. The garage, while typically used for storage and projects, was thankfully clean and relatively quiet. Emily and Sarah moved with a quiet efficiency born of their shared concern. They had a large, sturdy wire crate that they usually used for transporting their own older dog when traveling. This would be perfect. Their movements were gentle, almost silent, as if not to startle the already traumatized animal. They carefully carried the box to the prepared crate. Sarah knelt down, slowly opening the top flaps of the box. The puppy, still wary, peered out with wide, dark eyes. He was small, likely a mixed breed, with scruffy ash fur and floppy ears that were too big for his head. He looked utterly lost. Still, this cute lost puppy has the leash on him, but it is not tangled. Emily did not try to remove it yet since the puppy was still scared. First, they laid down a thick, soft blanket on the bottom of the crate, making a comfortable bed. Next, they placed a small, shallow water bowl inside, ensuring easy access for the tiny pup. Knowing he had been outside and likely hadn't eaten, they also prepared a small plate with some softened puppy kibble. Not only that, but also they took some raw meat slices and carefully fed the puppy using a small stick. They knew this was just the beginning. The little puppy, whom they had already started calling Lucky in their minds, would need a thorough vet checkup. They were prepared for the possibility of fleas, worms, or other illnesses common in abandoned animals. Their hearts ached for what he had endured, but seeing him eat, seeing a spark of life return to his eyes, filled them with a quiet determination. They would do everything they could to ensure Lucky had a second chance, a chance at a life filled with love, safety, and full bowls of food. They stayed there for a long time, just watching him, a silent promise forming between them that this little puppy's journey to happiness had just begun. If you're considering adopting or getting a dog, please understand that it requires your full commitment. Never abandon them. If you loved our video, please subscribe for more puppy rescue videos.